Hello again, and welcome back, everybody, to another edition of the Rural Report. I am your Rural 2IC, and today is our continued coverage of our daily headlines report. Now, there was a lot of things that happened overseas. There's a lot of things that happened here in the homeland, but a lot of that went mainstream. So I'm not going to touch a whole lot on here in the homeland, as most of the big things you're going to find on just about anywhere. But again, no particular order. Let's jump right into this. So today in Davos for the meeting of the WEF, which, a little side note about this, uh, China chose not to participate in something, and that certain something was the Ukrainian peace formula, where they were going to discuss on how to do some sort of ceasefire or peace negotiation or whatever it was. But, well, maybe you're asking, well, how did it go? I think Kiev summed it up pretty well with one word when they said disappointed. So obviously that didn't go very well. Let's move on. So today the U.S. military did carry out new airstrikes in Yemen. This was reported that they did this in regards to the U.S. cargo ship that was hit. Now, the U.S. said that it targeted four different sites that they believe are anti-ship firing points. So they, and I think there was a fifth actually, but it was a different type of building or warehouse or intelligence spot or something. But they went after four spots where they believed that Yemen or the Houthis were firing these anti-ship missiles from, trying to take out these firing locations and points, trying to secure the Red Sea and things like that. So we'll wait and see. Now, I don't have this in here, but I'm going to go ahead and touch on it for a second. That the Houthis, or not the Houthis, I apologize. Let me go back. So the IRGC did their attack last night, and they struck their different areas and whatnot, one of which was the U.S. consulate area. Now, at first, it came out that the U.S. said there was absolutely nothing, no injury, no damage, or nothing. Well, weirdly enough, the way social media and the internet is, all of a sudden pictures started coming out. Well, then it was interesting because I was like, okay, it's going to take some time to verify pictures and different statements and things like that. The weird part is the U.S. came out and said, we're still investigating, but at this time there's still there's no damage. I'm going, now wait a second, why are you kind of walking this back? So uh, data point that we'll keep an eye out and see what. I'm guessing there probably is some damage, probably nothing significant. Um, but again, you got two sides. One says, "Hey, we destroyed everything." The other one says, "You didn't do a scratch." My guess is probably somewhere in the middle of that. But there we go. So now I saw somebody screenshot this and post this on X. I don't have an X account, so I wasn't able to see it for myself on this one. But they basically took a screenshot of a post by Lucas Tomlinson. He's a Fox News correspondent. And his quote is Biden Friday. And then he quotes Biden saying, "I've already delivered the message to Iran. They know not to do anything." End quote. Well, did they listen? Well, that was Friday. Well, what happened last night? Well, like I just said, Iran shot four different targets in two different countries, keeping in mind that the one target that they shot in Syria was the furthest that they've launched something successfully in short term memory there. I mean, it's they're showing the world that, hey, we've got some big boy toys now, and you know maybe take them a little bit more serious. But uh, data point that, okay, that's quite a distance that they traveled from there. Another data point. So the Irish government come out and they declared their desire to pass a new law. And this law is an anti-hate speech law. And included in this law is they want to obtain the power to jail anyone in possession of memes, cartoons, or any content deemed hateful. I wonder who gets to be the decider on what is and what isn't hateful. That's quite the title to have. To have that sort of power. This person over here has an orange cat going like this, and they go, "Oh, that's cute." This one over here has the same picture, but it's the other arm, and they go, "Oh, that's hateful. He's got the wrong arm up. Nope, jail, jail." Uh, Keep an eye on that one, okay? Because one of these countries is going to finally pass one of these hate speech laws, and watch, it'll start spreading. So hopefully people start seeing into this and keep putting out their displeasure that no, we're not doing this. Moving on, so today, several businesses in Europe announced that they are temporarily suspending production, and they're quoting that the temporary suspension is going to be due to the disruptions of the supply chain. Now, keep in mind here, this is actually kind of the first official signs of the effect of the maritime conflict that the Houthis are presenting. Uh, and okay, here we go on another side point. The Houthis have been saying from kind of the get go of this, they are only targeting anything that is associated with Israel. So it's got to be owned by Israel, flying under the flag of Israel, going to be delivering to Israel. Anything I do with Israel, everybody else was safe. Okay. Well, then the U.S. decided that they were going to strike in Yemen. UK participated. Well, then they changed their tone. Hey, now it's going to be the same as before, but any US or UK vessel is now fair game. Anybody else, as long as you make it known that you are not UK, you are not US, and you're not associated with Israel in any way, shape, or form, you're safe. You can go through uninhibited, completely safe. The only problem is one of Houthis kind of, what do you want to say it? I don't really want to say sympathizer, but one of the people in their corner is Russia. The only problem is they said anybody that, anybody else, they're safe. Well, the Houthis mistakenly hit, or fired at, I should say. I don't think they ever hit them, but they mistakenly fired at a Russian oil tanker, and actually it was two Russian oil tankers. So they're mistakenly shooting at their own friends. Uh, Data point that, okay? Yeah. So speaking of that, looks like the British oil company Shell has also announced that it is suspending the passage of its own oil tankers through the Red Sea. So here we go. You got a bunch of these tankers, liquid natural gas. You got container ships, supply ships, all this other. They're not doing it. They're not going through. So you either got to fly it in, which is really expensive. You got to go through the Horn of Africa, puts on a bunch more days, a lot more fuel, different things like that. The cost is going to go up, and it's you're going to see it relatively soon because of everything that happened since 2019 and the way the economy is. There's a lot of warehouses that downsized. You got to remember, there was a lot of like Amazon warehouses that closed up just because it was easier to fill some of these to 100% that were smaller than to keep all of them at 75%. So they would close down a big one and take all those and just kind of divvy it out. So there's less stuff here in the U.S. and it's going to make itself known. You're going to start seeing prices go up. You're going to start seeing shortages. You're going to start seeing a lot of this. Probably my guess. Now, I'm not an economist, okay? My guess is going to be somewhere at the probably early second quarter to end of second quarter is where you're really going to start seeing it kind of become apparent. You're going to start seeing a lot more in your face. Boom, here we go. Boom, here we go. I don't think it's going to take full effect until maybe mid to late summer is my guess. Okay, now I could be completely wrong on this, and probably I am, but we'll wait and see. Next, so I was reading on social media throughout the day that rumors were spreading that Iran actually fired into Pakistan. And I'm going, okay, wow, the rumor mill is really buzzing. Except in this case, because Pakistan officially came out and released a statement condemning the attack. Now, this is all really new, and so we're going to have to wait and see what comes of this, because right now, the way it's looking is that there was a group in there that nobody liked, and there was a group inside of Pakistan and a group inside of Iran that worked together to fire on this other group of people. Uh, Pakistan officially condemns this, so it's another one of those sit on your hands, wait and see moments. But definitely a data point. Now, the last thing for overseas is let's do an update to the 2 missing sailors. Now, this so far as an official, these are 2 Navy SEALs that have gone missing. They say that they went missing while conducting an operation to seize a boat off the coast of Somalia. The weird part about this is during the operation, a big wave, like how that was a part of the official word is a big wave, hit one of the SEALs, and the other SEAL jumped in to go after him, and both were swept away and are missing. Now, I'm pretty sure that there's probably not a better swimmer than a Navy SEAL. Granted, the sea can be torrential and mistakes can happen and things like that, but I don't I don't know if I personally believe this story. Something else doesn't feel right with this one. Now, they did, and this is one of the things that also doesn't make it feel right. They did quickly come out and say, but the mission was a success because they did seize the small boat. They posted a lot of pictures of what is allegedly Iranian weapons and Iranian weapons parts that were supposedly on their way to Yemen. Um, it's very weird because if you know your geography, Iran is here, Yemen is here, and Somalia is here. So I'm not quite sure how this went to here to here. Okay, I mean maybe they were already stashed there. I don't know, but the whole thing just it doesn't sit right with me. So data point. All right, let's move into the homeland. Um, this one, I don't know if I saw it necessarily mainstream. I didn't really search for it mainstream, but Virginia health officials have come out warning travelers in both Dulles and Reagan airports that they may have been exposed to a highly contagious strand of the measles. So that's quite interesting. We'll have to wait and see. I didn't expect it to be the measles when I started to read that article. I expected it to be something else, but there you go. So apparently, there is a highly contagious strand of measles running around some airports right now. So data point that. And then last but not least, I'm sure everybody's aware of it, but just in case you didn't get to see, Trump did make history winning the Iowa caucus today, and he won by basically the biggest margin ever. If you keep in mind, in 2016, he lost to, was it Rubio, I think? He came in second in the Iowa caucus. This time he was just shy of beating the second place by 30 points. So it's pretty massive. I think he won them all but one county. So um, it'll be interesting to see. Ramaswamy did drop out, which I thought was interesting. I didn't think he would drop out. I personally thought he'd be one of the last to drop out, but hey, I mean, he beat out Chris Christie, right? So, all right, that's what I've got for you guys today. We'll keep this one a little bit on the short side. Um, I do want to say thank you guys because I don't know if the content's starting to turn out, if you guys are really starting to share. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just the YouTube algorithm is finally stopped throttling me and letting things go out. But I was sitting at 17, I don't know, 1779, 1782 for weeks, it seems like. And my videos were like 30, 45, 50, 42 for like 2 weeks. And then all of a sudden, uh, they just started going off. I want to say situation awareness is 580 something views, and that was only a couple of days ago. I'm up to 1810 or something like that. So I think the grasp, at least for the while, has fallen off, and so we're going to enjoy the growth. So if you are one of the new people, welcome. Glad to have you here. If you're not new to YouTube, do all the things, hit the like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. That way you can be notified for all the future content that we will put out. It helps me with the YouTube algorithm, so that way I can continue to try my best to help the new people to preparedness. So if you are not new here, then you made it to this far in the video, and guess what? You rock. You guys are awesome. I love you guys. Thank you for spending a part of your Tuesday with me. I will see you guys tomorrow, and we got the video and the live stream tomorrow. So I hope to see all of you there. With that, remember that there's definitely more information to come, so stay tuned. Above everything else, remember to remain united, because we're all prepping in this together.